Hi, so we're back. Gonna talk about Endgame, Avengers Endgame this time. Yeah, how many times have you seen it now? Still the once?
Just the once. Have you seen it twice now?
I saw it twice.
You seen it? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm definitely going to see it again.
Oh yeah.
I do want to watch a few Marvel movies
Before.
I feel like homework.
I absolutely loved it though. I mean, there's nothing but like love for this movie. I'm telling you, like, it's just so good.
I think it's a great finale to 11 years of Marvel movies.
11 years, and it's just like it's finally like come to this, and yeah, and like they leave it for where there could be more, and there are gonna be more, but it's just like.
But it still feels like an ending. Everyone's great in it.
Everybody. I mean,
everyone's bringing their A game to the end game.
I think well, for sure. I mean, like, Spider-Man is my favorite like superhero, but Iron in this movie, he's my favorite. Robert Downey Jr.
You can't go wrong. Robert Downey Jr. and
Robert
Evans
killed it.
Are just, I mean, they're the stars of the movie. Really.
Oh, yeah, those two. Definitely.
And beyond that, the original 6 Avengers are the main people in the movie, for sure.
It's awesome too. It's just so cool to see it go back to them because it's grown so big. It's just like these people. Yeah,
and Infinity War was more everyone all the way up until the end, and then this one was like, okay, well, all the new people are gone. Yeah. We're just left with the original people, pretty much.
Yeah,
with just a few extras, and so it's more. You get more time with each of the characters.
Yeah, I think like Infinity War was like, hey, we've branched out this big, so this is what we're gonna give y'all. It's like to be able to see everybody, and then the snap happens, but these are our main.
This is where it started. Core, yeah. This is where it started. These are the people that have to fix everything.
Yeah, it was so like the action in it was like awesome, like all the action scenes, and then but it was also like it had its heart,
Yeah, and it definitely is like takes its time.
Yeah.
At the beginning, especially.
Yeah, it's not like it was. A lot of people told me they thought it was slow, and I kind of get it. It's kind of slow, I guess, but I'm just like I guess I'm so invested that I'm just so entertained the whole time.
It feels like it has to have that slow beginning for it to all pay off.
Yeah, especially after what happened in Infinity War. It feels like the slow beginning is like, what else, like, you have to, like, be, like, hurt and stuff. So, like...
It wants you to sit with it for a while,
like
before giving you...
hope.
Yeah.
Before giving you hope, yeah. Just seeing, like, what happens. What's happened within the 5 years after.
Seeing the world, deal with it.
Out of all the Marvel stuff, is it, like, your favorite?
I don't know if it's my favorite. It's hard to say, just having seen it one time, and just like 3 or 4 days ago. It's hard to rank it, honestly, but it's up there. It's top. It's top tier.
I saw it about in 1 billion.
Is that it made like 350 million in the United States and like 1.2 billion worldwide in one weekend, which is more money than Iron Man made total in its entire run, both in the United States and worldwide.
That's crazy.
One weekend.
I think it's time for the spoiler thing again because I don't know what else to say.
There's not a lot to talk about without going into it because very 15 minutes into the movie, it's like, oh,
yeah, this
is beyond what they showed in the trailers at all. So
like,
and I got to go for it.
Spoiler warning thing will happen. So spoilers. Yeah. So like, time travel.
Travel.
This is my question. Do you understand the Hulk's theory on time travel? He says that you can't. Okay. When you go into the past,
it doesn't change the future
because that becomes your.
Because the future becomes your past. Yeah, I don't fully understand it because I've only seen it the one time. But essentially, what they're saying is it's not like. Have you seen Back to the Future?
The first one.
Okay, it's not like Back to the Future where they went back in time and he messed things up and so it started erasing himself. Because if you did something that drastic, apparently in this version of time travel, it would just create an alternate reality, an alternate timeline. Kind of like the new Star Trek movies. That's kind of what their whole thing is based on, is that there was this event that happened and this guy went back in time and they created an alternate universe, and that's what the whole new movies are based in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it does. So it wasn't affecting any of the old stuff. It was essentially their way of saying, "Hey, we want to make a movie about Captain Kirk and all the original crew, but we don't want to mess with any of the stuff that came before it. So it's just its own thing.
It's its own thing.
It's its own thing without messing with stuff. And that seems to be what's happening here, but there's also stuff in it that I'm not sure makes sense with that. Because I don't know. I mean, like, very, very end spoilers that when Cap shows up old man at the end, I don't know if that's how it was supposed to work. And I've seen some people theorize that what happened was he went back in time and took all the stones back and then lived with Peggy, but that became its own timeline. And then after he lived a full life with her and she died or whatever, he like came back to their timeline, like jumped back to it somehow.
Yeah, jumped back to it. Huh.
And so he's like not even from their reality really. But that's just a theory. I don't really know. Because someone else pointed out that online I saw that like the shield, where the shield come from? Because his shield got destroyed.
That's what I thought of too.
So it doesn't. So that maybe that's the shield from that alternate timeline that still stepped intact and everything happened differently there. Maybe he stopped Hydra before it ever became a thing.
That'd be cool.
Because I mean, there's so many things like, wait, he would have stepped in probably, right? I don't know. It's one of those things you start thinking about it too much because it's time travel stuff.
Yeah.
It starts making your brain hurt.
Oh yeah.
And I love time travel stuff, but it's also like you told us the rules of it, and then it doesn't seem like it follows its own rules, and that kind of bugs me.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll explain it
Here
in a couple weeks.
I was so confused though. Like, but I guess it does make sense though if you go back and just return the stones to that exact point. I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But it still seems like you're still the same person going back in time like so many times. Like I don't get it.
Yeah, and like Loki, whenever like Loki gets free and like takes the Tesseract and disappears, it's like, did that just create this alternate timeline where that's what happened? Or whenever Cap went back and put everything back, did he fix that too? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen some people think that maybe that's what the Loki TV show is going to be. Is about whenever he escapes.
Because I was thinking about that. Because like the Bucky and Falcon thing kind of makes sense now. Because they seem to have been. And then that was like
it's going to be
Wanda
like
and
Falcon America.
Falcon America, yeah. I didn't know about like Vision and Wanda though.
I don't know how that's going to work because Vision is like the only character not in this movie at all. I don't think he's in it at all.
So,
Vision doesn't exist, and he does not get brought back because he wasn't killed by the snap.
Yeah, he
was killed by the removal of his brain.
Yeah, but I feel like they could still build him again. I mean, like
yeah, I feel like they could too.
Like
it's still very possible.
I saw the theory. You know, like when she's like, I wish there was a way for her to know that we won. And Scarlet said they do. She said they both do. I thought she meant Scarlet. I thought she meant like Black Widow and Vision. I thought somehow she was talking about Vision, but I saw that she was talking about Gamora because they both died with the Soul Stone.
I think she was talking about Vision because they're the two people that died permanently because of all of it. And Gamora, I don't think is dead. Like she's out there somewhere still.
Oh, yeah, with the new Gamora.
Yeah, the new Gamora.
She was like, they were talking about they're probably both trapped in the Soul Stone. I know, because apparently in the comics that's a thing.
Yeah.
And that's who Thanos was talking to at the end of Infinity War. Was her inside the Soul Stone.
Yeah, they don't really go into that at all, but they just can't get out.
But they can't get out.
It's permanent.
Yeah.
That's what Red Skull says, at least.
That's what, yeah. But maybe he doesn't.
It'd be an interesting conversation whenever Steve was going back, putting all the stones back. He had to put that one back, too.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how that works.
Well, he's like, what are you doing here?
Like, do you want me to just like throw it off the cliff, or where do you want me to put this thing?
Do I give it to you? Do I throw it off here?
I don't know.
I'm very confused.
Maybe he would just like push Red Skull off too.
Yeah.
It seems like he can fly. He kind of like float.
Yeah, he's like the Grim Reaper.
So, Black Widow died. We did say that. That was intense. It was like way more intense than their little like fight in Civil War when he's like,
yeah, it's like
as long as you don't punch me or something.
Yeah, it depends on how hard you hit me.
Yeah.
Are we still friends? It's like, and this is like, oh gosh, they're literally fighting for the right to be the one that sacrifices themselves, and it's so sad.
At that point, I was like on the edge of my seat, you know, like what in the world? Because like I feel like both of them like have a reason to die because they were both like. You know, like he's got a family, but then like so I kind of felt like that should be her. But then he brought up that he's been killing people a lot.
Right, but she killed people back in the past. It's like she's like, you deserve the redemption and the go back to your family. And she ends up getting it, unfortunately.
So
And Black Widow's got a movie coming out.
yeah.
So
Yeah. No.
I'm assuming it's just going to be a prequel thing. Maybe we'll get to find out what happened to Budapest finally.
I wish they would have made a movie about that, about her and Hawkeye. Because
I think it's very possible that might be in the movie, though.
yeah, maybe so.
I hope so.
Because they have so much like backstory, but they don't go into it too much.
Thanos dies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
there's actually not that many.
Deaths.
Yeah.
Tony Stark himself. I couldn't.
He is Iron Man.
Like when he snapped and nothing happened, he looked, and then the stones were gone. Like there was like no way, because like I don't know. I saw it the second time, and I didn't catch it. I guess as much. I mean, I remember watching the scene, but I didn't catch it as much
Yeah.
the first time. When he said, "Hey," he's like, "You saw like 14 million or whatever." He said, "This is the one, right?" And he's like, "If I tell you, it's not happening." And then like you watch the second time, and you're just like,
Yeah, and then he does the.
"Does like the one thing."
It's like this is it, man.
And
You've
then,
only
like,
got
it shows
one
Stark,
chance.
he looks at the glove, and you're just like, "No, no, no, no." Oh man.
I am inevitable.
It looks so cool though when it's like forming on his.
Like, come up the glove. It is kind of weird that he's able to just make a glove that works with him.
Yeah.
Whenever they had to like get this crazy dwarf guy to make a glove
The
for it
one.
before, I don't know. It's a little
Yeah.
bit. They don't ever really talk about that. Honestly, they just like bring all the stones back. He just got a glove already there, so.
Yeah, and they were making the glove that one scene because in Rocket it says boom or something, and they like jump.
Rocket's
Rocket was
Rocket's
awesome.
a treasure. I love that guy.
I didn't cry the first time
Mhm.
because I was in shock. But this time, the second time, you know what's happening, and it's just like I cried 2 or 3 times. Yeah, and the scene where I would have been mad if I was Rocket because Thor kind of just ditched it on Asgard. Like,
Mhm.
like he's not from Asgard. He doesn't know where he's at, and here he is going to like
trying
to
steal,
extract the stone out of a
steal the
person.
stone out of Jade Foster.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, which was cool. I was not expecting her to come back. There was a lot of people I was not expecting.
Yeah. From what I've understood, I think it's literally just footage from
Oh, is it?
Dark World. I think so. Not really back, but it's still like, oh, she was a part of this.
Yeah.
And his mother was really got a nice scene. With
Yeah,
him.
because she's not really in the Thor movies too much.
Her biggest one is in that movie.
Yeah.
Because that's when she dies.
Yeah. And then who else? Oh, the bad guy from the Winter Soldier, the Pierce. Is that him?
Alexander Pierce,
I was not
yeah.
expecting to see him again either.
Yeah, I was
That
really
was
happy
cool.
to see him. And because he's like, I think he's like retiring from acting.
Oh, wow.
Like so,
Right,
so
acting.
he's not really in stuff anymore. So this is like one of the last
One of
times
his
he's
last
ever gonna be on in the screen. So yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, you see all these shield people.
Yeah.
They're actually Hydra.
They're actually Hydra. Did you
and
know?
Cap's like,
Yeah, that scene where they're in the elevator.
oh,
I was
so great.
I was hoping like I was kind of thinking you're gonna get like that callback to the Winter Soldier,
Mhm.
but it didn't happen.
And you do. I mean, it is. It's like the
It's like-
elevator, and you're like, oh.
He's sitting there. I just figured he was gonna say, "Does anyone want to get off?" or something. I figured it was gonna happen. I was gonna be like so sick, but then like he just said like Hell Hydra, and it was like, oh, that's so funny. He walks out, and he's got the case, and you're just like,
Nailed it.
yeah. I love that our theater was like happy and like clapped and screamed because
It was a good viewing experience with everyone.
We went and saw it when we went something new yesterday. Like they don't really care. I think they clapped like once.
Yeah.
But it's like, y'all people got to get into this if I'm here. I'm like,
well, I know whenever Cap grabs the hammer, the tear's like, yeah.
yes, that's the part where they clapped. It was like, everyone's just like, yeah. There was like one guy, he was like an older guy, and there was like some kids behind him, and he just goes, yeah, yeah. And starts like high-fiving all these random kids behind him. He's like, yeah.
They had like a bet going or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Cap with the hammer is like him putting the beat
Awesome.
down on Thanos is for just a few minutes, but it's great.
Yeah, and the
Like playing like doubling up with the shield and the hammer like back and forth. It's awesome.
it was so cool. And then the part where they both catch their hammers, but it was the wrong ones, and Thor's like, no, hey.
Oh, you get the small one.
One of my favorite, his callbacks, where it was when Sam talks to him. He's a
Oh, yeah.
Hellcat on your left.
Yeah, the radio's like it's like
Yeah.
Cap, Sam. It's like on your left.
And he
Yeah.
turns.
The portals open up.
Portals.
and
Awesomeness.
Here comes the army.
Black Panther. And you hear the whole Bombay thing going in the background. And
Here
then
comes Wakanda.
Doctor Strange. And then, who is it? Like the Guardians were with them. And then you see Spider-Man swinging through
Howard
the
the
background.
Duck is there.
Yeah, I saw him the second time.
You did?
I did. I was looking. I was like, I thought I missed it too because I was like, because I was so focused on seeing Spider-Man again. Spider-Man lands and does his thing, and I'm like, yeah. I'm trying to clap. I'm trying to get people to clap for Spider-Man. It doesn't really happen. But then I was, I think I missed the Howard the Duck thing, and then they walked out and I saw him. That's pretty neat.
Totally there.
That portal scene. It's just
all the army of everyone we've ever met.
Yeah.
And then Thanos' army is just
It's like as soon as the portals, like all the portals close, Ant-Man or Giant Man just comes out of the rubble, and then he's got Hulk that makes Hulk look this big now.
It's so great.
And then like War Machine gets armor though out of nowhere because he ejected.
Yeah,
out of
and
his armor.
it's like the Iron Patriot armor because it's like blue and red.
It's blue and red.
So I don't know where that came from.
Who else showed up? Oh, Pepper and the rescue armor.
Pepper and the rescue armor is awesome. I love that they teased that earlier on, like the Tony making that for her. And like, oh, we're gonna see that later. We're definitely gonna see that later.
Yeah, him with his kid. That's what I love seeing Tony Stark as dad. That was so good to me. They said that they called back from Age of Ultron. He said, "I'm gonna take a page out of Barton's book. I'm gonna build Pepper a farm or whatever," and he did. So like that's kind of neat.
And even just the very opening scene with Hawkeye on the farm. It's like a gut-wrenching opening. Was like, oh, we're back with his family, back in Age of Ultron, and it's just so quiet, and you're like, oh no, I know exactly what's happening. I know exactly what's happening here.
And then you hear like the thunder, the lightning, you kind of, and you're just like,
and he didn't see him disappear, so he's just like, what happened?
You know, what in the
And
world?
I can't imagine what he's going through his head.
But he goes to the quantum realm and he sees his daughter. He like almost like confronts her too.
Yeah,
bring her back. At
he's supposed to see her, and almost messes up, but he brings the baseball glove back. It's like, oh, it is possible to bring stuff with you.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. And it's interesting. The suit just like forms over whatever they're wearing.
It's kind of like an Ant-Man. It looks like the Ant-Man in this movie. Scott Lang, he was like, it was so good to see him because he was missing in Infinity War.
Yeah, absolutely. Him and Hawkeye both.
So awesome.
Him and Hawkeye both missing in that, and then they get a good bit to do in this one, which is nice.
Yeah, I still think the rat thing opening up Ant-Man was kind of weird.
It's weird, but it's funny.
Yeah, it's just like the whole universe kind of just like depended on that rat.
This rat walking across this button and bringing him back out of it.
It's like you could have done that 5 years earlier. They said that even some of the Ravengers came through the portals, and I didn't notice that either.
Yeah, I think so. I think they were
didn't
there.
notice the Ravengers, but that would have been neat to see.
Yeah, probably. What's his face? The main one that was left after Yondu, the one that like took over for Yondu.
Kraglin?
Yeah, probably. He's probably in the background.
Stallone and them. They're like bad guys now, though, right? Is that what you got from Guardians 2?
I don't know. Like I think some of them were like some of the original Guardians of the Galaxy guys.
Yeah.
We'll find that out whenever they make Guardians 3 eventually. With Thor, probably.
With Thor, which is going to be awesome. That was like, he's like, yeah, I don't know where I'm going, but I got to ride. And it was like, the whole scene is like so good. I like laughed so hard the first time.
You know, I'm in charge, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, sure you are.
Of course.
And just looks at him. It is funny though that now that like in Infinity War they're all like comparing him to Thor.
Yeah.
And like he's pudgy and now it's the other way around.
Yeah. I saw that new Asgard town is actually the town from the first Thor. Did you know that? That's what someone said.
From the first Thor.
That's what I read. I didn't read the sign. It was like
the town, like the little desert town.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
I didn't think so at all.
That's like in Arizona. This is like.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just not read on the internet. But it looked more like the place that Odin passed.
Yeah, I think it was more like closer to there at least, like in Norway or something.
Norway or something, yeah, maybe so. That scene was awesome when they went to recruit Thor.
So sad.
Wasn't big on the Fortnite thing. I just thought I'm not big on Fortnite. It's a big success, but I guess I don't get why it's still so relevant in 2023.
Well, because all the game developers got snapped away, so there's no new games. They're just playing old stuff. Korg's just great.
They say something like, he's like, we're all fine here, right? And he's like, yeah, we're all good. And he says something to Meek, right? Like, you good, Meek? And Meek's just like, yeah, like.
Weird thing. And then they mentioned Thanos. Oh, we don't say that name here.
No, we don't say that.
Chopped off his freaking head. Just.
And they show it again too when they're in the nebula thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was clever. The way that past Thanos found out about everything.
Yeah, they were saying like the entanglement. It's just like Scott and Janet You know, they got entangled through quantum stuff. So
Right.
It makes sense for the same person to be able to be entangled.
Especially with all like electronic stuff, like cybernetic and enhancements she's got. It's like makes it more likely, probably.
One of my favorite parts of the whole movie, though, was 2012 Avengers. Just seeing that whole place again. Just like being back in that setting. Because that was the first one I saw in theaters because I wasn't allowed to watch them. So I was like 12. So they let me go watch Avengers for my first one. And, dude, I mean, like, that's what started it all for me.
It's cool showing that, because they go to the Sanctum in New York, and it's like, oh, they're actually fighting too.
Yeah,
they're helping they're protecting New York as well, even though they're not in the battle per se. They're still helping.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
I like the way they used the Ancient One, and that was cool. Her and Hulk's scenes were really good to me. I enjoyed them.
Yeah, Tilda Swinton is really good as the Ancient One. This wisdom about her.
Oh yeah, and Hulk in this movie, it's definitely my favorite version of Hulk throughout all of them.
They've done a good job evolving Hulk.
Yes, they have.
From
the way he was in Avengers, I guess. Or Incredible Hulk, even.
Yeah.
Scene where he's like, they're telling him to smash some stuff along the way, he kind of rips his shirt off, he's like,
kind of feels excessive. He's like, like, his heart's just not in it anymore.
Until Natasha died, he just like grabbed that bench and like threw her across the whole lake. You just tell that he's still definitely the Hulk. I wish there was more of him. Towards the final battle,
you don't see him a lot, really.
You don't really see him do a whole lot. It's like, he's the Hulk, though. I mean, he should be...
Yeah, because they're really just focusing on Thanos and the Gauntlet in the battle.
And then, like, which is kind of... They made, like, Iron Man and Thor and Captain America, like, the main three. And really, I guess they kind of are. But I kind of wish Hulk was in more of that stuff, too.
Yeah.
Because he was one of the four. They're kind of the main four. Like, he was, like, holding everyone under the rubble, which was... awesome.
Yeah, he gets some great moments. And the thing is, also in the battle, his arm's messed up.
That's true.
Because he used the gauntlet. Because, I mean, he's the one that unsnaps everybody.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
It's so
Puts
awesome.
on the glove and finally.
Yeah, he's like, it's kind of like I was made for this.
Yeah, it's great when he does the snap and everyone's like, did it work?
Yeah,
and
yeah, his phone starts vibrating.
The phone starts vibrating and Scott sees like the birds. It's like,
it's
like I think it worked. Daggum Nebula messing everything up.
I've never really liked her. In this movie, I kind of did. I kind of like started to like her, and then like she's still a bad guy. It's like it's kind of hard to like
half and half.
Yeah, like you're okay now. But I really liked War Machine in this movie.
And his legs actually being messed up kind of comes into it again. You know, because his legs are messed up, and whenever everything gets crushed, like he's having to like crawl and he can't move his legs and stuff like that. It actually mattered.
Yeah.
Because ever since it happened, he pretty much got those like cybernetic whatever things on it. And he can just walk for him.
Oh, the original Ant-Man helmet.
Yes. Oh, that was exciting.
I kind of wish like there would have been like a picture with him on it. I just want to see what that would look like on somebody.
Yeah, I do too. It's so goofy
looking,
but I love it. That whole sequence when they go back to 1970 and meet Howard Stark and Hank Pym.
Emotional stuff too.
Yeah.
Stark. Yeah, even Peggy, because he sees Peggy through the blinds.
Yeah, it starts like planting the seeds. Like, oh, this is where this is gonna end up. It's where it has to end up.
Oh man.
And Jarvis was there, which is like the first time they've ever done the TV show stuff. Which is thanks guys.
I'm really curious to see this season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because I just want to know like because like sometimes they ignore it and sometimes they mention things, but it's like I feel like S.H.I.E.L.D. should have done something, especially in a movie like this. Like if they're really still underground, they could have done something, helped.
Yeah, I really wonder if if it takes place like during the snap period.
That'd be kind of neat.
That'd be interesting.
It goes like 5 years. That'd be kind of cool. Like an apocalyptic type.
Like half the world's gone. And
no, I'm just saying, it would have been cool to see Quake show up. That would have been cool.
And Coulson, one last time.
Oh yeah, at least like Coulson, any of the flashback scenes, any of the time things, Coulson would have been awesome. Iron Man kind of took that more hard than anyone else when Coulson died. Well, he even said something at the very beginning that made me kind of think, dang. Because he said, like, we're the Avengers, right? He says, we never do anything right the first time.
Right.
We're always having to save somebody. He's like, we never, like, and you're just like, wow. At first, though, I was, like, kind of, like, not liking Iron Man. He's kind of a jerk again.
Oh, man.
At the beginning of the movie, I was like, what in the world?
When he first gets back to Earth,
he is
that's so rough. because he's like, he looks terrible, and he's just so mad at everything.
Everybody.
He's mad at himself. He's mad at Cap, especially, because he's like, you were supposed to be there and you weren't there. And
he was in Wakanda, still doing his own thing though.
Yeah.
And Iron Man, no one.
He's just like
for Captain America.
Well, he doesn't know any of that really though.
Yeah.
He just knows that he went off to space and fought and was expecting. It's like, that's rough watching him do that, being like that.
I'm like totally mad, I guess, because he told me that I'm really glad to see y'all. I just wish it was under different circumstances, or whatever.
He's like, you can stay for dinner if you don't talk shop.
Yeah,
he definitely like got over it. I mean, it was just like in the moment there.
Yeah.
Couldn't deal with it.
And the whole loving you 3000 thing. Oh my gosh.
I love you 3000.
Cried the second time during the hologram when he said it.
The hologram at the end, yeah.
And he's like, love you 3000. Then he's all, why my trip and everything's gonna go as planned. And then,
yeah, as planned.
The funeral scene was so awesome. It was just like they were all like there, and the camera just panned through them all. Mm-hmm. And then even the kid from Iron Man 3 was there.
Yeah, even the kid from Iron Man 3 is there. Maria Hill was there.
Mm-hmm. Ross, Agent Ross.
Yeah, he's there.
I think. But there's even someone else. I think.
There's just so many people there, and I read online. I don't know if it's true or not that like they actually had everyone there for filming that. It wasn't. So cool. They didn't like add them in afterwards because they could do that pretty easily.
Did you see the video that Chris Pratt posted on Instagram today? There's a set. He said that they weren't actually allowed to have their phones on set, but there was like the set. It's like during they're like in a big hole. So I'm guessing at some point during that big final battle. Yeah. But like everybody's there, and he said there was too many people, too many like legends there not to video something. So he's like just like hanging around like everyone's there. It's just like
it's crazy. And finally get our Avengers assemble.
So awesome. It was
Avengers assemble.
It was so cool. Like they're kind of already assembled.
Yeah, they're already there. But he's like, I gotta say it.
The reversed death, I guess, of Spider-Man and Iron Man.
Oh yeah. It makes that like pay off so much. Like makes sense why they made him have that crazy death and then flip it. And then Pepper being like, it's okay, you can rest.
Yeah, I caught that more the second time because she said something about you resting earlier. But then I started thinking about Iron Man 3, and like really ever since Iron Man, all he's been trying to do is perfect and like save people.
Yeah, protect the world.
That's all he's been trying to do. So like when she I kind of got emotional that second time watching when she said, you can rest now. You can rest. Like, and it's like, let the guy rest now. Like he's done so much, people just don't understand.
Yeah, it was the de-aged 70s Stanley.
It's his final one.
Apparently, yeah.
Well, the security guard at that place is definitely that one actor. I know him from things. The guy who was like saved Ant-Man, where he looked up and said,
"Oh yeah, he's from Community."
Community. Okay.
The lady in the elevator in 1970.
Oh, she's from Drake and Josh too.
Yeah, okay, yeah, she's from Drake and Josh. Yeah,
yeah, I've seen her. Like that's how I told Rob, like, oh, she's from Drake and Josh. But that's Helen from Drake and Josh. I didn't know. Yeah, she's in Community, huh? I heard that. I saw the bald guy in Cap's little. What was that like their little circle of encouragement
therapy group?
Therapy. Okay.
Yeah.
The bald guy was like the guy who created Thanos, apparently. So that's cool.
And the guy that was talking in the group was one of the directors.
One of the directors. He's been in all of them.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's kind of weird that he's always like the other director hasn't been in them. I guess maybe he just doesn't care.
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't care.
He doesn't like one
to.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like the whole movie was just one big surprise, really. But I just mean like oh my gosh. Well, the Cap thing kind of did because like Thor had both hammers at first, and when
he grabs both of them, and is like summoning the lightning. Yeah. It's awesome. He's like,
and then Thanos is like pushing it into his chest, and it just shows like the hammer come up. So I'm like, oh, he's about to like whack him with that hammer, and then it goes zoom past him, and you're like, oh wait, and then Captain America catches it, and he's like, oh,
you done messed up.
Yeah.
And Thor's like, ha, I knew it. Oh, Cap versus Cap. In the past was great.
Oh yeah.
That was hilarious.
That was so funny.
It's like they start fighting and he like knocks him. He like past Cap knocks him down. Yeah. He's like, I can do this all day. He's like, no, because he thinks he's Loki. Because he even does the Loki does the shape shifting thing again.
Yeah, with Captain
America. Which is like,
yeah. He's like, I'm gonna do a search and rescue. I don't do a search and rescue. He's like, seriously, how do y'all even know?
How do you take that the guy seriously?
It was so funny to me when they asked him where they think they were going. Thor was like, to lunch, and then to Asgard. Like, that was so funny to me. Like, I'm gonna get lunch, and then I'm going to Asgard.
I'm gonna eat some shawarma, and we're going to Asgard.
It was like such a simple answer. Lunch and then Asgard. Why?
And then they all get in the elevator and they make Hulk take the stairs. It's one of the funniest things. Like, oh, Hulk hates stairs. And whenever they're like trying to get the Tesseract, and like Ant-Man like kicks it across the floor, and Loki's like sees it. Look, he's just like so confused, but also like opportunity.
Theory about like Iron Man. He did this whole snap, but in almost every Iron Man movie, he hurts his right arm. And they're saying, I wonder if like messing with time, there was like time warps or something that kind of like made his arm hurt or something.
Oh, interesting.
Like at some point, like something would happen, his arm would just kind of like start to hurt because there's always a scene where he'll grab his arm or something.
Yeah, no, I remember that, and especially in Civil War.
Yeah, he has like even like the sling in Civil War.
Yeah, he's always like.
It's always that right arm. And someone's like, what if like time travel somehow like all the warps? Like,
it was
no way they planned that though. Like from the very first. Like,
if that ends up being like true somehow, that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Thor like back.
I don't know if this is gonna work.
I don't know if this is going to work. Look, it works! I didn't know if it was gonna work. It's like,
that's so good.
Oh my gosh.
Captain America, his shield when it breaks, it's just like that vision from Age of Ultron.
There's a lot of stuff in that vision of Age of Ultron that comes into this.
Yeah, and especially like thinking about it with Steve saying you could have been the one to save us or something like that. And then his scene with Captain Marvel, he's just like holding the glove. It's like, I'm Peter Parker.
Hello, Peter Parker. Got something for me?
Yeah. And then he's just kind of
like... he gets to do his insta-kill.
Dude, that was awesome. Yeah, he's like, activate insta-kill mode. He's like, oh, I got this. And then like he gets over.
I don't got this.
He's like, help. And Steve calls him Queens. He's like, hey, Queens. And it's like, okay, that's funny.
Queens.
From Civil War.
Yeah. And I don't remember it happening in the movie, but I've read it online that Black Panther, he calls Hawkeye by name.
Bradley told me that today.
Because in Civil War, he introduces himself. He's like, I'm Clint. I don't care. But he remembered.
The scene where Black Panther has the gauntlet, though, and he's just like
trucking
through people, and he's like doing all these flips.
And he does the like thing, whatever it is. Cool. Yeah.
Poster. So misleading to me though. Like
Okoye it's just
not
a lie.
All the marketing was a lie, and then like
it is weird.
Captain Marvel
is like not really in it.
Neither is Captain Marvel. She's kind of in it at the beginning.
Yeah, she has a bit at the beginning. She has a bit at the beginning, and then she comes back at the end, and that's kind of it.
Like, you don't need to go to the poster though. I mean, like I feel like the poster could have just been the main six again, without them having to add the other people.
Yeah,
but even Rocket and War Machine.
Yeah,
on the poster.
Yeah.
Nebula.
Rocket, War Machine, Nebula. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of them that are, but there's like, there's a couple of them that's like, And then Thor's like, that's not what Thor looks like in the movie.
Yeah, at all.
They can't really show that, though, without ruining it.
I was so happy that they changed him again, though. I don't know, I didn't really dig the short hair stuff. I just like, when I think of Thor, I think of long hair, beard. I was so happy they brought it back. I mean, I kind of wish that, like, when he did the whole lightning thing, it would have like put him back in shape. I think that would have been like.
Yeah, still gave him like the armor and stuff.
Give him the armor and everything.
Yeah,
I feel like
he kind of looked like one of the warriors.
The one that they got the big beard.
Yeah, it's like kind of like that. I'm like, I can dig it, you know.
Yeah. I just feel like if he would have put him back in shape, I feel like the reaction would have been like so much more like, oh snap. Thor actually had that one emotional scene to me when he was wanting to put the gauntlet on, and he's just like, he's kind of breaking down like, just let me do something.
Just let me.
Yeah.
I'm the one that screwed this up.
Yeah.
He's like, no, we all did.
Yeah, when he said I went for the head though, our theater like everyone like claps. Like, yeah.
For the head. And he just leaves.
Yeah, just shows him walk away.
And Nebula even like closes Thanos' eyes.
Yeah.
Like of the chopped off head.
Oh, that was another call that I read about today was when he says like, I'm a liar. She's like my father's not a liar or whatever.
Right.
He's like in
my
Infinity War.
Many things. He's not a liar.
In Infinity War, he told Gamora, he's like, I taught you many things, but lying was not one.
Right.
So like, that was like, it's like, yeah, maybe, yeah. And he does follow through with what he says he's going to.
Yeah.
So
and it's crazy that once he learns like all the plan and stuff, and he's there on Earth, and he's talking to Tony and Cap and Thor. He's like, I see now. This is just eliminating half the universe isn't enough.
Yeah.
I've got to like destroy everything and then remake a new universe that'll be grateful.
I noticed that he called them wretches too. Did you notice that? He called them wretches, like in the after credit scene from Avengers. They were not the wretches. We were promised.
I love that guy. It's so weird
and
looking.
then he just like gets his head like.
He's like probably.
I'm trying to think of what their next phase would be. I'm guessing it's gonna be Spider-Man. Well, no, Spider-Man's this phase.
They're saying Spider-Man is like
So it's like
last in this one.
Eternals.
And Black Widow and Eternals are both like in production.
I mean, probably like Black Panther 2. Probably
Black Panther 2, Doctor Strange 2.
Maybe Falcon will get his movie, but if he has a show, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's probably just gonna do the show for now. But I mean, I guess they could do like a new. Like, I kind of imagine they're not gonna be doing as many as just like solo movies. I think even the ones that are like solo movies aren't gonna be solo movies anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, just like Thor Ragnarok. It's a Thor movie, but it's also a Hulk movie. You know.
I don't know how much more I got. What kind of?
I feel like we've covered
pretty much everything.
Pretty much everything.
It'll kind of be all over the place, but
yeah, it's a little bit all over the place, but that's kind of the movie.
I don't know. Star-wise, I'd give it 5 stars. It was pretty much flawless in my opinion. It was. I guess it was like, I don't know. It was so good.
One good snap.